Well, hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as Screen Speak, and in today's video, this is my Five Nights at Freddy's 2 Dos. Spoiler-ish review, just mini thoughts, so without further ado, let's discuss. Alright, so I got a couple of reviews coming out this week. It's a slower week because last week I saw FNAF 2, so this is coming out this week. Last week I saw Zootopia, and I put out that video. And I put out a video for my Smiling Friends Season 3 review. I also need to know like how to get more views on my videos, but I don't know. I enjoy talking about stuff, so I enjoy putting the content. If you guys are watching, if anyone's watching this, I appreciate it. So I enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I don't know what the hate is, though, for it. I don't understand. I went to the theater tonight, and my mom was like, why did you go watch this movie if it wasn't really well received? And I was kind of like, well, I went out to support the movie theaters, for one thing. I love to support movie theaters. And I actually 100% had an enjoyable time. I did go by myself. There were the people in the theater, like there were some people in my row, and I could hear other people like reacting, genuinely like laughing at some scenes. Like shocked. Like I was shocked at some of the scenes. Now, I don't want to get like throw this out there like this is the best movie I've ever seen. It's not the best movie I've ever seen, but it's not the worst either. I enjoyed Minecraft a whole lot from this year, but I mean, there's worse movies out there. Smurfs, Borderlands, that Borderlands video game movie. There's worse movies out there. I think people just make this out to be, people I watch like, oh, this movie sucked. I think if you're a fan of this franchise, you'll end up loving it. But unfortunately for me, I just kind of went, like the first one. I didn't hate it, but I didn't, like, love it. There was stuff that I really was, like, appreciative about. Like, I thought, okay, it's a fine movie, but I'm going to compare this like, stupidly to Wicked. I'm not comparing that Wicked, a musical, to Five Nights at Freddy's, a horror, a video game, like, spooky horror adaptation. But Wicked for Good really drove me nuts on the source material. Now, on what they did with the source material for part 2. This second film, I thought, just continued the lore of what the animatronics did. I never played the game, so I was a little like, okay. Ooh, I'm excited. Like, I'm excited to be scared. I wasn't scared per se, but I was like, wow, these, like, jump scares, like, the creature, the boom, boom. And I love how they fleshed out the world, like, using other people at the festivals, at the school. There's, like, this whole Freddy Fazbear Festival. And there was stuff at the school, how Chica went to the school. Also, Megan Fox doing the voice of Toy Chica was crazy. There's the toy animatronics. There's the other ones. There's the prototype ones. And I'll get to more of this in-depth story, but where I think people are just upset, like, they didn't do what they wanted. I don't know. I love the Sonic movies. I love the Mario movie. I love the new Mario movie. I love the Minecraft movie. But people I just don't think are into... I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. They're just... it's not what I wanted. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of marketing there. When Wicked came out, it frustrated me. Wicked for Good and this movie didn't feel like events like the previous two did. Where there's a lot of marketing. Like, there was, like, people interested in the first Five Nights at Freddy's. There was a lot of marketing for Wicked for Good. Or the first Wicked. But Wicked for Good in this movie just felt like they're like, let's make some trailers, but let's not market these movies. Like, let's show trailers. Like, I cried at the Wicked for Good trailer. I was excited from the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailer. And I got what I wanted. Again, what I love about this most importantly is the use of more people and the action, like the tense moments, like when Vanessa's driving in the car and Toy Foxy goes after her. It was a really neat moment. I loved it a lot. And there's moments like that with the animatronics that are really, really peak, and the shot designs. The acting is spotty, but some of them are kids. Like when Abby's talking to the kids, and I was like, "You suck," or like, "You're a crazy person." And then this other girl goes, "You want to sit with us Do you want to sit with us at our table?" And I'm like, "Good for her." And the one boy's like, "Yeah, I believe in you." There was some good stuff there. The opening segment, though, the cold open was brilliant. I thought more so than the last movie, and there's just some moments that I loved more than the last movie, just upping it up and up and up, just upping themselves. Also, 2 points on actors in this movie, because I heard a couple people say like McKenna Grace was wasted. I don't think she. I don't think that she was. I thought her role in this was great. More importantly, it all dives down to the marionette character. The marionette was amazing. With the makeup on when McKenna Grace had it, because it was like, oh, I thought McKenna Grace from that trailer, when you see her, goes, ah, I thought it was just, that was the end of her role. You think that, but then she has a little bit more time with the marionette makeup on, and she kills it as that, in that little screen time she has there. I don't think she's wasted in that point of view. And then when Abby gets the marionette, she's great in that end segment. Now, yeah, when you get to like the end credits, though, I will mention the end credit scene. But when you get to the third act and when Vanessa's brother comes into play, it's a little bit out of the blue. But what would have driven me nuts even more if they had just brought that character into the end scene, into the third act right then and there. If they hadn't introduced him with the... Oh, by the way, the group McKenna Grace is with is called... oh my god, what is it called? Specting Spookers. The group is called Spectral Scoopers. Like, getting a scoop on news and scooping, like, a mystery. So I like that. Like, Spectral Scoopers. Almost like she's a Ghostbuster. Like, inside, it's like an inside joke because she played a Ghostbuster in Ghostbusters Afterlife and Frozen Empire. Wasn't big on that one. But I like that little play on nod of that. And the other person, there's like 3 people. One I didn't know, but the other person with McKenna Grace on her team was the person that played the brother Dylan. Why do I want to keep calling him Dylan? I don't know if it was Dylan, but let me look it up real quick just so I know the name here. Final Destination Bloodlines cast Tio Bronies, we're not getting his name, so that's cool. Who was Charlie? I was like, Dylan didn't sound right. So who played Charlie in Final Destination Bloodlines? Tio Briones was in this movie, and he dies. He dies by one of the animatronics, but I thought his screen time was pretty good. Like, I liked him in this movie. I just want to see him in more horror flicks, because everyone in Final Destination Bloodlines killed it. I love that movie so much. And I'm hooked on the Final Destination franchise. Anyway, back to this movie. It uses its characters well. There's some great, like, scare moments. Like, the tense moments leading up there are great. Animatronics are fine. The score, though, by the Newton Brothers is what brings it all together. It's not a bad movie. I don't think it's the worst movie I've ever seen, but when a soundtrack can get me hyped up in this type of mood, I loved it. I was also saying glad Tio Bronies was in there from Charlie from Final Destination Bloodlines. But if they hadn't introduced the brother Vanessa back in that scene where all the Spectral Scoopers were in, and just brought him into the third act, I probably would have been more really confused and annoyed. Like, what the hell is this character? But they introduced him, and then they brought back, like, they had these scenes throughout, and they brought him back. They brought him back at the end to tell us who he is. He wants to continue. By the way, the marionette is a girl, was taken over by the soul of a girl that died. Again, this happened in the cold open, where Vanessa, as a girl, who is the daughter of, Matthew Lillard's character, the white rabbit, or the yellow rabbit. And we get Wayne Knight in here too, the guy Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park. He has some scenes. He's a douchey principal. I hate him so much. And he died. I'm very happy that he died. By Toy Chica. By Megan Fox herself. And so Matthew Lillard's like barely in this movie. Disappointing. As we see him in the beginning as the white rabbit, by the yellow rabbit, and then he puts the thing on, and then he's gone. Or then he has like a little time just as himself. Okay, it was fine though. I still enjoyed the movie. And what was I saying? So the marionette was taken over by a girl that Vanessa saw in the original Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria guy, and she was friends with. And then Vanessa's brother, like we see him at the end, and so they have connection to the marionette and all this. And I love the marionette creature stuff like that. And so the end credit scene is we see these people at the rundown pizzeria trying to like gain items and whatever. I don't know if they're going to pawn them off or whatever. And then we see them find the yellow rabbit suit and try to wrap it up in, I almost said foil, and like saran wrap or whatever, in a bag, a plastic bag, and then take it. And then you just see the eyes start to glitch blue. And, you know, I enjoyed my time at the movie seeing this. I'm glad that I went to support it in the theater. I'm interested in another one, but it depends how I go see it. If I go see it with friends, I will. If I don't have the opportunity, I probably won't go by myself. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give this a generous... I don't want to go middle of the road, because if I go middle of the road, I'm going to give this like a 50... between 55 and 60. I'll give this like a 57%, and then a generous 6 out of 10. Don't worry about the math here. Don't worry about the math. 6 out of 10 and a 3.5 on Letterboxd. Because I enjoyed myself. Nothing less. If they make another one and it sucks, then I'm gonna... I enjoy myself. I still don't understand the reason for not marketing this more, especially Wicked. Like, these two movies should have been like, we're having these events and make it better. And I enjoyed myself. Like, it's funny. When Megan 2 came out of the box office, came out of the theater, and I went to see it, I was like... And people were panning it. I'm like, I was so excited for Megan 2. I still had a good time with that one. I've had a good time with Blumhouse this year. Even, I forget if it was Blumhouse, but Black Phone 2, I believe that's Blumhouse. That was the biggest movie they've had, I think it was. And I enjoyed that one the most. But Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and Megan 2 have had a fun time at. So that's my review. It's a C-. Don't take those scores with anything. So yeah, or a C+. I don't know. It's okay. I enjoyed it. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it. But I still had a good time watching it. And I'm going to have a blast talking about it with my friends that did go to see it back at my college that I'm not at right now. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Stay tuned for my Diary of a Wimpy Kid review coming tomorrow. Hated that, but I'm making a review on it anyways. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm, watch the screen. Peace, everyone. Bye.